before I know the lies. I've been here before, I've seen the sky fall, the sky fall on me. The waves are coming up, they paralyze. The fear is breaking in, it's no surprise, no, but it tries though. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. No turning back. No turning back. Where do we go from here? Look in my eyes. There's a spark that we don't need to hide, no. Don't hide it, no. Yeah, bullets in the gun, we pay the price. We must overcome, it's time to rise up. Rise up. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. No turning back. No, we're not turning back. Hypocrites try to get up on me. Demons come, they'll try to harm me. Try to hide, but I think they saw me. But I ain't giving up, no, no. My real friends, they all know the flaw in me. Hate to text, hit me, can you call me? Here I go, new day upon me. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we
Harold, I see your paint job. You and Gino, I love them.
Hold on, Carter. I'm waiting for the other guys. They're coming around the track. My bad.
The time has finally arrived. The wait is finally over. It's time to go racing from the World Center of Racing. Hello everybody and welcome back to Shake and Bake Sim TV. I'm your broadcaster and commentator Drake Crespo, also known as Vibes on YouTube. And tonight we are here on the biggest stage of them all, here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Welcome to round 1 of season 3. This is the Daytona 250. Ready to kick off season 3 here. I'm excited. All of the drivers are excited to see their practice as everyone is getting their final laps in, as practice is going to come to a close. And there it is, getting ready to start this already underway. And we're getting ready to get it going here. No qualifying needed. Practice of 50 minutes is over, no qualifying. The starting grid is the results of the Daytona duels, which took place Thursday night. And now it's time for the main event. Here we go. Official round 1 of season 3, the Daytona 250. 100 laps around the legendary 2.5 mile track. And with this new format, race wins now are worth more than ever before. 55 points to race winner instead of 40. Of course, with the new hunt format as well. This is fixed setup, so everyone will have a fair shot at winning. 3 overtime shots only 1 fast repair. And this is going to be a great race as everyone is hungry for this race win. One of our crown jewels, and we are ready to get this going underway here at Daytona under the lights. Go over your starting grid in just a minute. There is your Duel 1 winner, Colby Luca. Right behind him, Braden Barlow, your Duel 2 winner. As Luca took the win of Duel number 1, he has priority over choosing the inside or the outside. We went post-race interview. Colby Luca has chosen the outside, so he will start on the outside of row 1 with Barlow starting on the inside on pole
That was
position
Gavin, bro.
on row 1. Here we go, getting ready to go underway here. This is going to be very, very exciting. As we're getting another lap of yellow underway here, so the drivers can test pit road. Here we go, getting ready to go here underway. This is gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Biggest stage of them all, one of our crown jewels. Everyone wants to win this race, and with the past 2 winners of this race not being here, that means that we will certified have a new Daytona 250 race winner. As here we go. Cars taking their place. Your starting grid, Colby Luca, Braden Barlow on row 1. It's Carter Roy and Harold Wilson. Row 2, Hayden Newsom. Row 3. I'm actually go here and pull up the grid. As there you see Braden Barlow and Colby Luca Row 2, Carter Roy and Harold Wilson. Row 3 with Jaden Newson and Davin Thornhill. Then it's row 4, Michael Egermont and Charlie Jones. Row 5, Carter Brockmeyer and Gino Zito. Row 6, Stefan Wagner and Heath Williams. Then it's Christopher Barries and Anthony Ludi. And that is your starting grid for the Daytona 250. Drivers getting ready to go underway here. It is showtime. Well, from the World Center of Racing in the biggest stage of them all.
I'm going to need a black clear going into one, so.
After a 2 months hold of racing, it is time to kick it off once again here at Daytona. And now officially, pace car coming in for the first time in Season 3. It's time to shake it and bake it. It is green flag at Daytona. Let's go. Lap 1 of the Daytona 250 officially completed. And now it's time to race. 98 laps to go, no stages. Stages are gone for Season 3, so this will be a race all the way to the checkered flag. And a super speedway means everyone has a shot at winning this race. As there go Harold Wilson, good block by Luca on the inside. Thornhill, they're leading the outside. Charlie Jones behind him. Taser Racing already getting some teamwork action. And Michael Egermont's had some issues there. Started from pit road. He's going to be 2 laps down. So he's going to have to get his laps back. After a caution. Remember, no stage brakes. And there we go. There goes the first one. And caution is out. Ton of cars involved. Charlie Jones, Carter Roy, Stefan Wagner, Anthony Ludi in it. Carter Brockmeyer was the gun that got turned around. And that will be the first caution of the Daytona 250. And it's already a big one. Wow. That is unbelievable. I did not expect the big one already coming out here in the opening laps. But a caution will come out on just about lap 4. Oh my goodness. Like Egermont is back on the lead lap. We have 3 cars with meatball flags. Charlie Jones, Anthony Ludi, and Carter Roy involved in that one. Kerwin Marshall in the chat. I apologize, Kerwin. I guarantee that you'll be in it for the next race. I don't know what happened with iRacing, but I can guarantee you. Kerwin Marshall there in the chat, one of our rookies with a brand new team. How about Motorsports? Was supposed to run in the 48 Chevy today, and iRacing unfortunately goofed up. But don't worry, Marshall, you will get the points for last position here, so that would still be about 20-something points that you're going to take home with you so you don't leave empty-handed. I apologize for that. iRacing just doing some weird stuff. But here we go. Here is the replay for the caution. Let's actually wait here to see if they are going one to green, because if so, it is choose time. Alrighty, so this will be 2 to green coming here to the line. And a ton of drivers pitting already. This is going to be a very fuel-savvy race. Let's see here as everyone comes into pit lane. Charlie Jones still has a meatball flag in place. And these first stints are not going to last at all. Barlow going for tires already this early. There goes Jaden Newsom. This is ideally just a tiny splash and go. Let's take a look here at the replay. This is what cost the first caution of the race. And that is a ton of cars involved. Let's try and go back all the way. What initially cost it? There is Charlie Jones battling it with Harold Wilson. What causes the contact here? So he goes haywire. Oh, contact between the 83 and the 3. And the rest is history. Not what you want to see to start off this race. But now everyone back in the lead lap, but those cars that were involved, they 100%, at least one of them had to use their fast repair. There was 3 cars with meatball flags. Carter Roy still has the meatball flag out. Fortunately for Michael Eckermont, he's going to get his laps back immediately. And now we are coming to 1 to green, so this will be our first choose cone time with Kobe Luca leading the pack, followed by Thornhill, Zito, Michael Eckermont, and Brockmeyer. That is your top 5. Here we go, going into the choose rule, and there it is. Let's see, what will they choose? Luca inside, Thornhill inside, Eckermont inside. Zito is the only one out of the top 5 to go to the outside. Brockmeyer also went inside, and we'll see a ton of people here go to the outside to take track position. Newson, Baris, Harold Wilson inside, Charlie Jones inside. Ton of drivers choosing the inside. Here comes the ones for track positions. That's Anthony Ludi and Heath Williams are going to choose the outside here. Where does Barlow land? He's going to have to choose there in just a minute. Stefan Wagner there. Carter Roy coming back. As we get ready to start it off here on the first restart of the Daytona 250. And you can already see there that telemetry in the tower on your left-hand side. All the positions already being swapped left and right. That was just the first one. As much as I hate to say it, you can guarantee that there's going to be a couple of cautions to come after this one. Once again, Kobe Luca going to lead the pack to the first restart of this race. Gino Cito going to be side by side with him after he was the only one out of the top 5 to choose the outside lane. Most of the people went to the inside. We'll see how that affects the restart. As here we go, pace car going to be going in this time by Kobe Luca leading the pack. Your Duel 1 winner still up front, Braden Barlow, your Duel 2 winner who started at the front row. He was involved in the wreck. He is P12 right now. We'll see if he can catch up back up here once we go green. Here we go, pace car coming in. The restart is at the discretion of the number 4, and we are back to green here at Daytona. That inside line got moving way faster than the outside. You see there's a 78 of Jaden Newson already switching lanes on that restart. That outside did not get much momentum going. And we'll see if they can reform that outside. As Dirty goes down backstretch lap 7.
Black clear.
We need blacks cleared, please.
There you go. Black will be cleared. Gino Zito leading the pack on the outside, and look at that outside corner. Now we're gonna get some racing here. Zito, Barries, Heath Williams, and Barries for Motorsports pair getting ready to go racing here. They didn't have focused that much on the non-points races, but for a fact that they were 100% focused on the point races. And Gino Zito making the first big move here as he goes to block the inside. And if he makes it all the way back to the line, we have a new race leader. Look at the push by Thornhill there all the way to top 3. As Jed Lucky Motorsports still trying to make it work on the outside. Carter Roy there, Barlow, Jones, Fords, and a Chevy up there as Gino Zito. We have our first lead change of the race. And with no stages, what can you expect from this race? Is fuel saving going to be involved? I don't really see a ton of drivers here getting some tires, and if they are, it's only going to be right sides. There isn't a limited number of tires that you can choose, but this is definitely going to be a splash and go scenario. And without a caution in play, how far can these cars make it? As Newsom there goes a little wobbly coming out of turn 4. And Barries had to take a look at the gap there real quickly before hopping outside. Zito still leaning that outside. Luca and Zito, the only ones leading this race so far. And look at that work by Taser Racing there on the inside. Luca, Thornhill, and Egerman as Michael got a little loose there going into turn 3. And Taser just lost a Chevy until he can get back in it. This is going to give the outside a huge run coming out of 4. Newson pushing the now 77 of Gino Zito. And even though we don't have a Daytona 250 winner here on the field, we do have Super Speedway winners, and one of them is Gino Zito, who was your Talladega race winner just last season, who won the race in the round of 8. Unfortunately, it was not enough to make him and get him into the championship 4, but what a race win that was for him. That was his second ever of the Shaking It Cup Series. There goes Jaden Newson to the inside to lead this race. If he can make it to the line, this would be the second lead change, as we already are 10 laps down. Jaden Newson, we also seen a Super Speedway win out of him, as he was not only your Atlanta race winner from last season, but he was your Talladega race winner in season 1 after a photo finish. He's looking to grab himself another Super Speedway win here. Not just a race win in place, of course. This is the season opener. The first points, major points of the season are at stake here. Of course, we got the bonus points from the duels going to Luca and Barlow. But race wins are worth more than anything that they have ever been before. And everyone wants a race win in this brand new format. Newson going high. Will he have run here to get them past the inside. He has to side draft the hell out of them here. Carter Roy already a lap down, unfortunately. After the incident, he was one of the drivers that had the meatball flag. Look at the gap between Eckerman and Ludi there. This is going to give the outside another big run as here they come, coming out of 4. Barlow there got a little out of line. But we have a ton of Fords there up high. Newson, the 78 for Cummins. Jet Lucky Motorsports pair of Barries and Williams there. Barlow, Top Motorsports in the 13 Ford. Charlie Jones there in the Chevy. Stefan Wagner there in the 10. Chevy both for Taser Racing, with Jones being the co-owner as well of RBA Racing. A ton of moves that happen, tons of more drivers coming in, and we are so very much welcome to get some new drivers in here. This is going to be a great season. Luca and Cito once again side by side. Kobe Luca off that lap. Another lead change here. See them getting cranked up there once again. And look at that outside movement. Look at the run that they have over the inside lane, and Barries and Williams go together. Oh, Barries clips the apron a little bit, but here comes Jet Lucky Motorsports, the Ford pair. As they go all the way to the lead, can Barries beat Newson to the line? Yes, he will. Christopher Barries is your new race leader. Great teamwork, great double move there by both Barries and Williams. Christopher Barries still looking for his first race win. Keith Williams, well, not on a super speedway, he was your race winner last season at Martinsville. This could be a very big win for the number 1. Out of line there once again. Gotta hold your line on these super speedways. A little knack like that is all it can take to cost the big one. So far so good. The outside is still going. We haven't gone single file just yet. They're still trying to make it work. Oh, Barries gets a little loose there off the bumper of Heath Williams. Coming out of turn 2, that could be very bad. And look at the run the Common Motorsports are going to get now. Jaden Newson back to the race lead thanks to the help of Duel 2 winner Braden Barlow. We did the interviews. Common Motorsports said that they were very, very much happy with the new addition of Braden Barlow. He was very welcome. And so far, he is proving what an addition, what a pickup by Common Motorsports in the offseason. And that outside slowly dying itself out though here. Jones, Roy, the only ones up high. No one is willing to go just yet. And there goes Jones. Makes the first move to go to the inside. There it is, what we said earlier, the outside slowly dying off here. We're going to go single file. That's Echelon, the last one to find a home down on the inside, and single file we go. Time here at the Daytona 250. Lap 19. You're the leader Do you go 100% full throttle, or do you try and go a little bit less to try and save some fuel, but back up the field? And that could be a sitting duck there if one goes for the move on the outside, but it died off quickly and no one is willing to go back up there. Well, as we ride single file here now, lap 20, let's go to our first ever shake and bake, crank it up of season 3. Lap 20, take it away. Lap 24. As the outside lane trying to start forming there. There's Dino Zito and Carter Roy trying to form the outside once again. But it is looks like still no one is willing to form it. No one is willing to give up their position on that single file. And Zito is gonna have to find his way back up to the inside. Carter Roy still up there, looking for a home down below. Kobe Luca in P6 right now. Carter Roy finds his way back down low, and we go single file once again. As next time by will officially be a quarter of the way done in this Daytona 250. We also got to keep in mind the fuel window. Most people did pit when that first caution came out. We expected the fuel window to be at around lap 41, lap 42. So for those that did not pit, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out. Those who did not pit versus those who did pit. For those that did come into pit road, the fuel window would be around lap 47, lap 45. Just a couple off the original. 25 laps down. Jaden Newson leads us through the 25% mark. Roy in the back, still a lap down, trying to make the outside lane work, but it's still no one willing to go. There goes Egremont, there goes Gino Zito. Egremont, last second. Gino Zito and Carter Roy are up there. And he sidetrapped his way up. Egremont tried to go up a little bit too late there, so he almost collected the 21 of Carter Roy. Colby Luca just moved down below. No. Colby was trying to go up, but then he moved back down, and still no movement on the outside. There goes Harold Wilson. The next one. But the same outcome. Again, no one to budge. He gave out that inside position. There goes Stefan Wacker. Bonfire has been quiet so far this race. And back there, the two members so far for RBA Racing made their appearance. Everyone here is just not getting the enough speed he needs. Oh man. Here's your race recap so far. Bottom right as we complete lap 28 there. Jaden Newson leads this race, one caution for 3 laps. There have been 6 lead changes so far in this Daytona 250. When will we see the berth, the outside once again? Wagner there in the back again, still trying to make it work. Carter Roy is not giving up on trying to make that work. Trying his best to side draft the pack. He gets past Luca, trying to get past the 3 of Charlie Jones now. Whoa, looked like big movement there in the back. There goes Egremont. Harold Wilson joins. There goes Carter Roy. The outside may finally start moving here if they can play their cards right. Let's see how this will play out now. A ton of movement there on the inside. Gino Zito willing to go now to the outside. That's 3 cars. Egremont pulls back down below. Colby Luca now is going to try and take a shot at it. Big gap now. Whoa, Colby Luca, last minute move there. To the inside, a little bit of door-to-door contact there between the 21 and the 2. You say that rubbing is racing. We'll see how far they can take it here. 91, they're blinking just a tiny bit. 5 cars now on the outside. Thornhill and Wilson. Oh, contact! Anthony Ludi with Harold Wilson. They managed to keep it going, though. That was scary there, the 83 and the 95 make contact. But thankfully, both of them still intact. We stay green. That could have been very disastrous there in the back. "10 laps before the ideal fuel window opens up. And that is when we'll see the green flag pit stop strategy start to roll in. Top 5, Jaden Newsom, Brandon Barlow, Christopher Barries, Heath Williams, Gino Zito, who's just going to get out of the top 5 here as Charlie Jones rattles up back behind at number 1. Jones thinking of going high. It looked like he was going to go, but Gino changed his mind last second, and now Kobe Luca's going to take the opportunity to make that move that Jones did not want to do. And now Jones is going to make the move. Saw Luca there. Maybe it gave him that slight bit of hope. That slight push that urged him to make that move. But it needs more cars up there. That's not going to work so far. Harold Wilson going to join up behind him. Whoa, big movement there on the inside. Wacker, Egremont, Roy. About 15 laps to go before we reach the halfway point. So far, only one caution. How long will this green flag last? Comment down below how long you think this is going to last here. Can you imagine if this goes all the way? That would be amazing. Jaden Newsom continues to lead this race. Kobe Luca again trying to make that outside lane work. Egremont now sees the top 5 for the first time. He was P3, but that was at the restart, and he quickly fell back below as Egremont had issues by starting in pit road. I don't know if it was issues with him or just issues with iRacing. But he did start from pit road. Now he finds himself all the way into the top 5. Egremont personally told me that he was very excited to race this race, and he want nothing more than to win it all and win the season opener. We'll see if that dream comes true in about 60 laps time. Thornhill currently resides in P10. Thornhill does not yet have a super speedway win. So far he hasn't been at the front that much, but we'll see what the reigning champion has in store for us. Carter Brockmeyer has been at the back, very quiet this race. Brockmeyer is indeed a super speedway race winner. He won the season 1 race in Atlanta, which was when Atlanta did have the super speedway configuration that it currently has now. So Carter Brockmeyer, another super speedway winner to add to the list. But out of all of these drivers, no one yet has won here at Daytona. And we'll have our first time Daytona 250 winner here tonight. Look at that array of cars there, single file, tons of colors all around. Newson, this will be about 20 laps led for the 78 machine. Your season 1 champion came up short last season at the championship 4 race at Homestead, and he was not happy about the runner-up. Newson, what could have been a 2-time champion, he's gonna try and hunt it down all again to go for that second shake and bake title. He was your regular season champion, clinched it and took it away from Harold Wilson last season at the regular season finale at Indianapolis. That was your Brickyard 200, which this time around is going to be round 13, with Atlanta being the regular season finale. Next week, Monday night, is going to be round 2 as we tackle our first road course of the season in the form of Circuit of the Americas. Then our next road course will be all the way till round 12, where we will see the Chicago Street Course. And then the last road course of Season 3 will be in the Hunt postseason, which will be round 17 in the form of Watkins Glen. No Sonoma this season. However, it is speculated that Sonoma will return for Season 4. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, we have the announced Shake and Bake IndyCar Series, which, if I'm not mistaken, should be this fall after the end of Season 3. So tons of new and exciting stuff here coming to Shake and Bake SimTV and the Shake and Bake Racing League in general, like the IndyCar Series and other stuff, of course, aside from the main Shake and Bake Cup Series. "40 laps down here in this Daytona 250, 10 laps to go till we hit the halfway point, and we have reached the fuel window. Let's see if there will be any takers." There we go. Gino Cito coming to pit road. Harold Wilson coming to pit road. The bottom split bandits pair will be the first ones to get their green flag pit stops down. And this is the thing about no stages. A lot more strategy involved with these green flag pit stops. Of course, you have other strategic stuff in the choose cone. Who you're gonna alliance with besides your teammates, as we have a bunch of drivers now coming into pit road. That is half of the field. Jaden Newsom comes in. Barlow, Barries, Heath Williams, and Stefan Wagner are all the ones that bite into pit road. Egremont stays out. He's going to lead this race. Jones, Luca, Thornhill, Ludi, and Brockmeyer. 4 Chevys and the Toyotas of RBA going to stay out here. Common Motorsports come in. Jet Lucky Motorsports came in. Now, when will these cars come in? Do we have any takers this time by? We do not. They will live to stay out and see another green flag run as Michael Egremont, for the first time this race, will lead the Daytona 250. Here comes Charlie Jones with a push of Colby Luke on the outside. Thornhill gonna go with him. Ludi and Brockmeyer stay down below. Great pushes by Luca there as they approach Zito and Wilson. There is Stefan Wagner. Charlie Jones gonna lead the pack now. Do we have this time by any takers? Yes, we do. All of them come into pit road. And now we pay our attention to the previous pack. That whole group came in. It was split into 3 groups. And we have an issue with one of the Chevys. Charlie Jones got a penalty for speeding into pit road. And that is not what you want going to the halfway point here. Newson being pushed by Heath Williams. This is the provisional lead for the race as they approach the group here that just went into pit road. Brockmeyer still ahead. Here comes the 78 Thornhill Pass, Looney Pass. Here comes the rest, and it looks like Jaden Newson gonna lead this race once again. Gotta be careful rejoining back to the pack. Charlie Jones did get his penalty served. It was, I believe, a couple seconds held on pit road there for the speeding. But Jaden Newson and Heath Williams here. The only 2 cars that are officially in the lead of this race, but here comes the rest of the pack. Carter Roy still a lap down, being pushed by Barlow. Barry's now being added to the mix. And that is how green flag pit stops and strategy form and shape up this race. And they are not done yet. The maximum fuel laps that these cars can hold are about 40 laps. So you can expect another fuel window at about 20 laps to go, around lap 81 or so, if a caution does not come out. Jaden Newson here gonna get help with the form of Carter Roy and Braden Barlow. Let's go side by side to the backstretch. And now the pack is pretty split up here. This is going to be 3 laps to go until we're officially at the halfway point. Very unfortunate for Carter Roy in that lap 5 incident. He is hoping for a caution here to get his laps back. And now here is Charlie Jones. He is going to be the first actual back of this race as he has to come in and serve that penalty for speeding on pit road. Carter Roy leading on the outside. Jones in front of the lead pack on the inside. As they continue to go side by side here, coming out of turn 2. There, Jones went below the apron. Jones will go a lap down here, went below the apron to let the leaders by. And this will be 1 lap to go to the halfway point. Newson has led almost the entirety of this race. Dave Williams pushing him up front. And look at the pack there in the back. Wilson, Ludi, Wagner, and Thornhill. Trying to catch that. We are on the lead lap. Between Carteroy and Charlie Jones, if the caution waves, it will be Carteroy who will get the lucky dog. That is the 21's mission so far, to make sure to stay ahead of that number 3 at all costs. In case a caution does fly out. But everyone else pretty much packed up here. Without including Carteroy or Charlie Jones, the only one that is not on any of the lead packs would be the number 2 of Michael Egermont, who is approaching, who we are about to approach here in a couple of laps' time. But officially halfway done at the Daytona 250. Comment down below your predictions. Who do you think is going to win this race? Barlow with the help of Carteroy. It is those top 3 cars right there at the front, all occupied by Common Motorsports. To the line, and Braden Barlow is your new race leader. Your dual 2 winner started the race on the inside after Hardy Luca chose the outside. Braden Barlow looking to turn that pole position into a Daytona 250 win and his first race win in the Shake and Bake Cup Series. This is only the second time that we've seen him race, but I can tell he has 100% potential of being a champion, and he is showcasing it right now. What driver are you repping in the chat? I see Carol Wilson fan. I see Braden Barlow fans. As Barlow to the outside, gets past Carteroy. And now Barlow, although they're all teammates, he has the lapper shield of Carteroy between him and Jaden Newson. As here comes the pack of Colby Luca and the rest of the gang. Taser Racing making a run for their money as here comes the outside lane. Out of nowhere, the run that those Chevys got as Luca leads the pack. Jones behind, there's Thornhill, there's Zito, there's Brockmeyer. Where did they come from? What a run by Taser Racing and the rest. As we go back to double file action after 30 laps of single file. The 2 dual winners side by side coming out of turn 4. It will be Barlow who continues to lead this race. Did not see that outside lane moving at all. That came out of nowhere. I mean, what a run They took her there. There's Stefan Wagner in the back as we're approaching Michael Eckermont here. He's unfortunately about to go a lap down unless a caution can prevent that. The Jet Lucky Motorsports duo once again paired up. Williams and Barry's there. And the outside lane slowly dying as we go back to single file. Luca, Jones, and Thornhill still up there. And we see the berth on the outside lane once again. Corduroy has to be careful, almost clipping the nose of his teammate. Gotta make sure you're clear whenever you're switching lanes there. As Taser Racing trying to get that lane back up and going. RBA Racing there in the back, contemplating whether going with him or staying down below. Here's the race recap so far as we hit lap 58. There's Michael Eckermont. Lap the traffic here for the leaders. This is going to be 3 wide going to turn 3. Everyone gets past Eckermont. Michael will now rejoin the pack a lap down. So everyone is now here on the field, with only 3 cars outside of the lead lap. And here comes the run. Luca, Jones, and Thornhill trying to get it going. The 2 dual winners once again side by side, coming out of turn 2 to the backstretch. And now the outside lane is starting to move. Big block. Jones can make it happen. Can they get back in it, though? What happened there? Jones and Barlow get into it. Still going, though. We stay green. Wow. Charlie Jones trying to go low. Was not clear. Collects the 13 of Braden Barlow. And they managed to get out of the way of the track on the backstretch. Race control determines that it was clear and that it was not a risk towards the drivers. No caution is out, and we stay green. Oh man, that is just unfortunate for Barlow. That was not the best of moves there for Jones. Was not clear, tried to go below. And unfortunately, it will be the both of them that will pay for it. Barlow, who was leading this race for the most recent couple of laps. As here comes Colby Luca down the inside with help from Thornhill. Oh, man. That is just a tough move. Honestly, Charlie Jones wasn't aware there, tried to go low. Barlow is 13 seconds off the pace. So let's see if they can get back up here or if they will have to wait for a caution. But that could potentially be a race ender right there for the both of them. Look at that outside lane moving. Jaden Newson, once again your race leader. Heath Williams and Christopher Barry's there to help him. Carter Roy. Barry's goes to the inside, almost clips his own teammate. The number 1 of Heath Williams, who is now trying to go to the race lead for the first time. Out of turn 4. Can he get it there before the 78? Yes, he will. Heath Williams leads the Daytona 250 for the first time. And Newson now has nobody from his team to work with besides Carter Roy, who's a lap down. Barries and Williams there. Down below, Luca and Thornhill also there with Egremont. Oh man, it is crazy how this race has shaped up. As we go here to lap 64, Newson will take the lead away from the number 1 to continue to leading this race. Does Newson go for the block down on the inside, or does he continue riding with his teammate? Williamson Barry's approaching fast. But Newson and Roy stay ahead. Great move there by Colby Luca. Gets past both the Jet Lucky Motorsport Fords. On to a top 3. Stefan Wagner coming into pit lane. Yes, there is a Discord for the series. I will do my best to link it here down below. But yes, we do have our Discord and all of that. You are welcome to join. We are still actively looking for more and more drivers. I will try my best to link it whenever I can. We go single file once again. Double file action, we've seen a tiny bit of it, but it immediately goes to single file as Newson and now has Carter Roy to separate him and Heath Williams in P2. There below, that should be the Discord for the Shake and Bake Racing League official Discord. If you have any questions, please let any of the admins know after the race is over. And again, fuel window on lap 41. It will just be barely not making it all the way. There's going to be a second fuel window at around lap 80-81 with 20 to go. So that will be the deciding factor of whether this is a race win or not. The green flag pit stop strategies are what's making up this race. And now we're going to have some more lap traffic. Here comes Stefan Wagner. This is going to be the 4th car to go a lap down. He's actually going to go 2 laps down here. As Egremont goes below the yellow line there. There's seemingly nowhere else he could go. Well, let's go here for a second segment of today's Daytona 250. We crank it up once again, presented by Logitech as we go into the driver in-car cameras. Take it away, oh, Corey's and Egremont almost get collected before we go to the segment. Oh boy, but here we go, take it away. second fuel window. Everyone hopping in. Wow. Everyone hops into pit road. That is unbelievable. Only Harold Wilson. Actually, no, he's also going to come in. Everyone went into pit road at the same exact time. That is unbelievable. And this is going to be a huge race off pit road here as Heath Williams beats out Jaden Newson. And now this is going to be a race all the way off pit road. Wow. We said about the second fuel window being at around lap 80, but I did not expect absolutely everyone to come in at the same exact time. And it's Newson and Williams who are going to come out of there. Perrin, Ludi, and Brockmeyer come out of there as well. My goodness, there was no way that was planned between everyone. That has to be one of, if not the most wildest moment of this race. You cannot make that up. And now the gaps are going to be pretty distributed all over the place. Williams and Newsom, the top two pair, then it's Newsom and Mari, as everyone slowly starts to pair up again, as we are officially 75% done, as we have 24 laps to go. Here comes Ludi and Brockmeyer, pair of RPA Racing, the only two Toyotas on the field right now. Approaching Luca, Varis, and Carter Roy. See there up front, there is Jaden Newson and Heath Williams. And here we go, they're approaching fast. Newson and Williams obviously, the two of them can't handle this together. Here comes Colby Luca with a big run. On the outside, can he go all the way to the lead though? Yes he can. Colby Luca to the lead of the Daytona 250 with 22 to go. What a slingshot that was by the number 4. And what an absolute beast of a run that was on the top two people. Obviously, we knew he was going to get a big run here. But what a move. And he is the only one out of that pack that was approaching Williams and Newson to come up in front of them. Laps to go, approaching the final 20 laps. When does this thing get racy all the way to the finish? When do drivers start to realize, hey, I'm running out of laps here. I have to start making a move somewhere in these last 20 laps. It's for a win or for nothing. Especially here at one of our crown jewel races. Officially, 20 laps remain before we crown ourselves a new Daytona 250 winner. 5 to go, we get racy, we will see. Usually around 5 to go, around 10 to go is when things start to get hectic. Last 2 Daytona 250 races have all ended under overtime. Will we see a third one go into overtime here tonight? Season 1 ended on overtime with a 3-wide pass on the backstretch for the race win, which was won by David Murata. Season 2, it went to overtime once again. I believe it went to overtime shot number 2, where there was a huge wreck on the backstretch, and it was J.J. Fuely who came out on top. How will this one play along? What will be the outcome? As Jaden Newson pushing the inside here, almost contact between teammates there. If a caution comes out, so far it will be Carter Roy who gets the lucky dog. And he goes ahead of his teammate Jaden Newson. These two, who have not met for a long period of time. Oh, but these two already have some drama. Colby Luca and Carter Roy. When the Daytona duels went off the stream, these two, there was an altercation, and let's just say they're not the bestest of buds. We'll see how these two act as we go to the closing stages of this race. Carter Roy upset after he got clipped on the nose of Colby Luca, which cost Luca to win duel number 1. And so far, that was the last fuel window. So this is just going to be a sprint all the way to the checkered flag. There's Harold Wilson. He will be the 6th car to go a lap down. I haven't seen anyone pit for tires besides at the start where Braden Barlow took the whole set. And this lead lap, so far, it is one of these who will be crowned the Daytona 250 winner. We are gonna come to 15 laps to go, this time by Stefan Wagner. Gonna be lapped once again. He didn't mean to take the tires. I thought so. I was surprised that he did that. Like we said, all we could expect is just splash and go. Barlow took the tires. Obviously, unfortunate collision with him and Jones earlier. That is super speedways for you. And now more and more lap cars gonna start to bunch up here on the lead pack, and even though they can't race for the win, we have seen a lot of hella teamwork between those that are lap down trying to push their teammates all the way to the win. We see Carter Roy, we see Jaden Newson. The strongest connection so far in Common Motorsports. Colby Luca so far has no help. No Taser Racing involved there on the lead pack. The only one so far is Stefan Wagner. And there is the Jet Lucky Motorsports duo of Heath Williams and Christopher Barries. There's RBA Racing in the back with Carter Brockmeyer and Anthony Ludi. Harold Wilson there, the only one from BSB, as Gino Zito is still a couple seconds behind. To the backstretch. Luca still leading this race. Can he turn that dual win into a Daytona 250 win? With the bonus points that he got at the duels, this could be a great push for him if he got the season opener right here. 12 laps to go. When does this thing get interesting? Anthony Ludi and Carter Brockmeyer, the RBA Racing Toyotas, have been quiet the whole race, and here they come. They are on the lead lap. Harold Wilson pushing them on the outside. There's Charlie Jones on the high lane. He's going to let them by. Here comes Anthony Ludi being pushed by Carter Brockmeyer. They have been very, very quiet the whole race. Here comes Jaden Newson on the outside. Side drafting from his teammate. Out of turn 4. Can he go with RBA Racing here to try and make a move? Carter Roy going to move to the outside. Kobe Lucas a sitting duck here if Jet Lucky can't get to his bumper. Here comes the outside lane with 11 to go. Was this the strategy that Common Motorsports had all along? Bari side by side with Roy, Williams and Luca still ahead. That outside lane is losing momentum and fast. Look at the speed of the inside. Michael Egermont causing some lap traffic. It is 3 wide coming out of 4. 10 laps to go. Oh man, Newson and Roy back down below. They lost a ton of positions trying to go on the outside. Now behind Wagner, behind the Jet Lucky duo, and behind the race leader. They're gonna have to come up with something fast. And now they're going to start to slowly see that lap counter start to go down. Oh, Newson almost clipped there the side of Wagner. This is going to be a great finish. Here comes Ludi once again, with Brockmeyer helping him out. Does anyone go for the outside? There goes Newson. Bold move there, almost clipped into the 95. We're going to go 3 wide to the line. 3 wide all the way to the line. What happens here? We're still 3 wide going into turn 1. Engine blown. Wagner's around. Can they keep it? No, they don't. And a caution will come out. Wrecking in the back. Wagner involved. And a caution comes out with 8 laps to go. Wagner, big damage, had to jump into pit road. Oh my goodness. It was 3 wide going through turn 1 and 2. No one wanted to give up a spot. No one budged. And that will only be the second caution of the night, but that is a very important caution here at Daytona. We will go see the replay here in just a second. How things has shaken up here on the ending stages of this race. It will be Harold Wilson who beat Carter Roy. The 83 will go back on the lead lap as he takes the lucky dog. And this will not be overtime just yet, but next caution will definitely trigger it. Oh my. Well, let the chaos ensue here. We're going to be restarting with about 5 or 4 to go. Does anyone go into pit road? I'd assume no, obviously. Davin Thornhill does go into pit road. So does Charlie Jones. So does Michael Eckermont. Taser Racing gonna take a dip down pit road here. And there goes Harold Wilson. He takes the lucky dog. And here is the replay. Stefan Wagner just nowhere he could possibly go. Bam! Straight in. Collects Egremont. Collects Carter Roy. A wreck in the back. Here's the cockpit view of the number 10. Big damage on those cars. Charlie Jones tried to save it. Contact there. If I believe that was Egremont. Just chaos all around the racetrack. Well, here we go, 1 to green. And that means choose cone time. This could be a very important decision. This could be the final choose cone that we do. Messages displayed. Who goes where? A lot of people choosing the inside. Newson takes a dip to the outside. So does Brockmeyer. Track position there. And Taser Racing down on the inside. We are gonna restart this with 4 to go. Next caution will be shake and bake overtime. Newson, Brockmeyer, and Carter Roy all picked the outside for track position, but it is only 3 cars up there. The rest goes down below. We'll see how that gets affected. as Barlow, I believe, went up on the high side. Let's take a look here to make sure that he did make the move legally. I believe he did. Oh, he 100% did. Braden Barlow still a lap down. Unfortunately, did not get the lucky dog.
Make sure on restart you clear black flags.
But here we go. This could be the final restart of this race. Colby Luca and Jaden Newson side by side going into the restart zone. Here we go. This could be it. Green flag at Daytona. 4 laps to go. Nine cars remain on the lead lap, and everyone is bunched up together. The outside lane is fading. Here comes Brockmeyer to push Newson. These are the laps of no return. Next caution will throw out overtime. Look at the push by Williams there on Colby Luca. We'll see if Barrios and Williams work together here. Three laps to go. They start to slowly tick down. There's Anthony Ludi and Jaden Newson, not on the same team, but these two have connections. All the way back to Hypershift. Gino Zito finds himself in 4th. He's been quiet after the incident that happened. He went a lap down, back on the lead lap now. Gino Zito might have a shot at another super speedway win here. 3 wide of Carter. Roy can get himself back in line. He will stay on the outside. This will be 2 laps to go. 5 miles of racing left. Where does Jet Lucky Motorsports make the move? This is going to be an interesting race finish. Well, here we go. It's gonna come down to this, out of turn 4. It will be white flag this time by 1 lap to go, sponsored by 213 Simware. Wrecking in the back, Corduroy in it. Thornhill involved, Harold Wilson involved. We stay green. Here we go, where does the move happen? Williams and Barrios, Lucas still leading. Out of the backstretch for the final time. Does Williams have a move? Here comes Newson. Good block by Luca. Do they have what it takes? Out of turn 4. Here comes Williams. Does he have it side by side? Heath Williams has got it. And carnage happens behind them. Heath Williams on the final turn, on the final lap, has won the Daytona 250. The move that Jan Lucky Motorsports was waiting for. You cannot ask for a better finish than that. Carnage happens behind them. Good effort by Colby Luca. That was an amazing block. But the move from Jet Lucky Motorsports, Heath Williams and Christopher Barries planned it out perfectly. And when that checkered flag waves, it is Heath Williams. The number one is the one that stands above the rest here at the World Center of Racing. P2 finish for Colby Luca. Christopher Barries will end up in P5 after the carnage that happened behind them. Gino Zito is a top 3 finish for him. Jaden Newson a P4 finish. Oh my goodness, I lost my voice. That is one of the best finishes in Shake and Bake history. Heath Williams earns himself his second race win in the Shake and Bake Cup Series. What an unbelievable last turn, last lap move that was. That was magical. Oh, what a treat that was to see that. Here is your finishing results from Daytona. Heath Williams. What a race win that was. Colby Luca, decent effort. What a block, but it wasn't enough to start the Jet Lucky duo. It's a P2 finish for him. Gino Zito, P3 to round off the top 3. It's Jaden Newson and Christopher Barries rounding off the top 5. Anthony Ludi in a P6. Harold Wilson, Carter Brockmeyer, Davin Thornhill, who got involved in the wreck in turn 1. Then it's Braden Barlow, Carter Roy, Michael Eggermont, Charlie Jones, and Stefan Wagner rounds off the grid. Kerwin Marshall is not here, but he will gain 22 points. He was not able to join due to iRacing plugging out. But what a finish this was. And I cannot wait to hear from the rest of the group here as we go into the post-race interviews. Oh, man. We'll get the post-race interview started in just a second here. Oh my. Not a ton of changes, but here is how the championship is looking to be so far. I believe, actually, let me change this real quick. Let's see if we can get this right. There we go. There is how the championship is starting off with Braden Barlow and Colby Luca's 5 bonus points. Heath Williams all the way to the top. Again, race wins worth so much more now with 55 points. Without further ado, let's get these post-race interviews started. I mean, what a absolute great finish. First and foremost, we got to start with your Daytona 250 race winner. Let's get Heath Williams up here. My goodness, what a finish that was. Heath, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Heath, I mean, walk me through that final lap, trailing behind Luca throughout those final 10 laps, and on the final turn, on the final lap, it is you and Christopher Barries, your teammate, pushing you all the way to the checker flag to win the Daytona 250. How do you feel?
Man, it feels amazing. I just want to say thank you to my teammate, Christopher Barries, for putting up such a valiant effort there in those last few laps, where it counted. But but yeah, I mean, overall, that race, it went very good for us. I want to say, the pit crew strategy, and the coordination from the Fords were very good. There's some other issues that we need to go over in terms of being good manufacturer teammates, but other than that, I mean, it went very well. Um, that final pit stop, I was close on fuel. I didn't know if I was going to make it. So I was holding I was trying to save as much fuel as I possibly could. But yeah, I mean, amazing race nonetheless. I want to say thank you to our Jet Lucky Motorsports team for giving us a good car. Thank you for DeWalt revising good #1 Ford Mustang Dark Horse. And yeah, once again, thank you to Christopher Borries. Without him, a lot of this would not have been possible. But that last lap block, I was not expecting, so that changed up quite a bit, especially for my teammate there. I haven't really seen the whole wreck, but that definitely changed things up. But coming right to the line, what an exciting finish! What an exciting finish! But yeah, it's a great result overall, and great enormous points for the team for sure. So yeah.
As you saw your teammate pushing you all the way to the line, you see the wreck coming up behind you. When did you realize? How did you feel in realizing, hey, I just won this thing, and I just outlasted a ton of other drivers and have won the Daytona 250?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we initially had planned, me and Boris, we initially planned to make a coordinated effort to jump out. And when we were actually going to wait a little bit longer, but when I saw that traffic coming up on the outside line going into turn 3 coming up, we called an audible. And yeah, I mean, I honestly thought Luca was maybe going to push me all the way to the wall. That was a little bit of my concern. But he raced us cleanly, and yeah, I mean, Christopher did a great job pushing as much as he could. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of how these things go. You gotta take it as they come, and we lucked out. But coming to the line, seeing that #4 fall behind, that was a definitely a calming sight for sure. So.
Alrighty, there you have it. Heath Williams, your Daytona 250 winner and the season opener here in Shake and Bake Cup Series. Are there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Yeah, shout out the Fords, shout out Dick Cheney, shout out DeWalt, shout out Christopher Borries, for being a, amazing teammate. And shout out to the Shake and Bake Racing League for putting this thing on. This is very fun. This is awesome. I had a great time.
Alrighty, thank you for your time. Heath Williams, your Daytona 250 winner. Go celebrate that win, man. Alrighty, let's hear the other side of the coin here. Your P2 finisher, Colby Luca. Let's bring him up here. Colby, can you hear us?
Yep.
Colby, walk me through that final lap. You try your best efforts to block that #1 from coming in, and then carnage happens behind you. What are your thoughts on the final lap and overall here in the final turns there in that carnage?
I mean, I can't be too pissed. I was the only one all race to not be caught up in a single incident, 0 incident points. I mean, kept the car clean. I could have put him in the wall if I felt like it, but just not gonna race like that. Taser over here at Taser, we have a way of respect, and we're not gonna race that way. And we proved that today. So I'm of course frustrated, but I'm not that pissed. P2 is a good point stay for the team.
You were leading this race for so long alongside Jaden Newson. How do you feel so far in the super speedways? This next super speedway, I believe, is Atlanta. Do you think you have a shot at winning that one to redeem yourself here at Daytona?
Well, I feel like I've always been pretty solid at them. They're not my strong suit, to say the least, but our goals will be up there at the end. It's usually a coin toss of who's up there, but as long as we keep our car clean like we did today, we'll probably be up there next time.
The best thing about super speedways is anyone has a shot at winning them. Thank you for your time here, Colby. Is there any shout-outs that you would like to do?
Yeah, shout out to Taser. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Shout out to Heath for keeping a clean finish. Like that's all I appreciate about it. Like I said, congratulations to him. He kept it clean. He deserves it. And shout out to the pit crew. We gained 6 spots on pit road there at the end. That's the reason why we're there in this situation to begin with.
Alrighty, well, thank you for your time, Kobe Luca, your P2 finisher here at Daytona. Thank you for your time, man. Wishing you the best of luck. Alrighty, let's get up here your P4 finisher. We'll try to go down the rankings. Here's Jaden Newson. Oh, man. Jaden, can you hear us?
I can you hear me?
There we go. Jaden, heartbreak a little bit. You were the driver with the most laps led here at Daytona. It looked like you were about to collect yet again another win. And on the final lap, trying to push yourself all the way through checker flag, carnage happens, and I believe you were involved in it. Talk me through that final lap.
Oh man, I feel like we were just so fast all day. It's disappointing, but I mean, super speedway racing. Coming out of the final lap, I really got set up poorly on the restart. I felt like I had a good launch, but I didn't have a lot of help from behind, and that forced me back coming into one to go. And once they crashed, I knew that all I could do was try to build up a big run. I had Braden right behind me. He was a lap down, but he was willing to stick it out and push me to the end. So I tried to throw it up top where I saw the gap. Christopher kind of blocked me. I got to the wall after he hit me. So that was the end of the run. But all in all, I was just trying to make up what was lost on that first restart.
And there was the big run there. Everyone on that second fuel window, everyone came into pit road, and when the smoke cleared, it was just you and Heath Williams, I believe, all alone coming out of the pit exit. What was your reaction to that? Everyone coming in at the same time.
Me and Comet Motorsports and Jet Lucky Motorsports as two different groups were working as Ford teammates as a Ford body. So the communication was phenomenal. I can't thank Jet Lucky enough for all the help they gave us today. We had initially made pit stops times for the fuel window, and just honestly communicating over the radio with the JLM guys was key. So I guess when we did the first pit cycle, just as the Fords, everybody else liked our idea, so they went with us again. I thought in the end of the day it was going to come out, the race was going to come out to me or Heath, so I wasn't too surprised seeing us both come out of the pits 1-2.
Alrighty, well, thank you for your time up here, Jaden. Is there any shout-outs that you would like to do?
I want to shout out my teammates, Carter and Braden. They did an amazing job all race, just helping out and pushing, even though they were a lap down at points. JLM guys, lots of help from them, so I can't appreciate the Ford group enough. Shake and Bake guys, thank my sponsors ASL and Can Racing once again, and yeah, just looking forward to next week.
Alrighty, next week should be an interesting one as we take on Circuit of the Americas. Jaden Newson, your P4 finisher here at Daytona. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's go here. Continue going down the order. Let's bring up here race winner teammate Christopher Barries up here and take his thoughts on that finish. You there?
Hey, what's up?
There you go. How you doing, Christopher?
All right.
Christopher, second win for Jet Lucky Motorsports, coming your win here at one of the biggest stages of the season here at the World Center of Racing. How do you feel with that second win for Jet Lucky Motorsports?
Man, I am just so unbelievably proud of this Jet Lucky Motorsports team. First, I just want to shout out that number 194 Ford Mustang today. Was just lightning fast. The pit and race strategy was just amazing the entire race, and obviously my teammate Heath Williams with the Daytona win, so congratulations to him. The teamwork was just beautiful. At the line, unfortunately, we got involved in a wreck there, but that's just Daytona. We're all fighting for the win there. Secured the top 5, so I'm glad we got some points for the team. I'm just so pumped for the rest of the season with Jet Lucky. Heath and I have great pace, and we know this season will be definitely dominant for us.
And now with that second race win coming your way, obviously this is just the beginning with the brand new season starting. What's next for Jet Lucky Motorsports?
Championship, man. I mean, there's not much to it. Heath Williams, he's just so talented. Jet Lucky is gonna take the team championship. Heath Williams got the driver. No questions about it. We're just gonna keep digging for wins here, and we'll see what that brings for the rest of the season.
Alrighty, Christopher, thank you very much for your time. P5 finisher here at Daytona. Are there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
Yeah, shout out Heath Williams along with Comet Motorsports. As a manufacturer, we definitely got some stuff to look at and work on. But again, we worked amazing today with the drafting and the pitting. So shout out, Jay Newsom, Comet Motorsports, Carter. Yeah, you guys, we were pretty good today. So
Alrighty, thank you for your time, Christopher Baris. Rounding off the top 5 here at Daytona. Good luck to you and Jet Lucky Motorsports going on to next week at COTA.
thank you.
Alright, let's get on here. I just raised his hand. So let's get up here your P3 finisher, Gino Zito. Gino, you there?
Yo,
There you go.
yo.
Gino, you led some of the laps here at Daytona, and even though you were further back a little bit, you go off and finish this race inside the top 3, just 2 positions away from what could have been a second super speedway win. Talk me through that final lap and that race overall.
First of all, I want to say shout out to Davin. Truly, even though we weren't in the front of the pack, and I know he got taken out, me and him were shoving each other perfectly when we were back there and just working together amazingly. But no, the last lap, I knew that I'd put myself in a position to get into the draft and get a run. And everybody just kind of scurried out in front of me. They both, all three or two of them went high, so I kind of lost all the run I got there. And then Colby came back down, and there was just no way I could get up there. So I knew I was gonna get a third. But other than that, it was a great race. I felt like we could have definitely won this race. My car was fast. Number 77 for BSB. It was definitely fast. But it's a super speedway. You can't expect to win every time. You can only expect to lose, to be honest. This is my first one I believe I have finished, believe it or not. So I am happy to actually finish the race this year. So I'll take that as my win.
And we've seen you do great. Last season, you were the Talladega race winner. Season 1, you were the Bristol race winner. And now coming into Season 3, brand new number, brand new manufacturer. Is this a new Gino Zito that we will see that has a shot at winning the championship?
I think this is the same Gino Zito from Season 1 that was in the Chevy. Fast and confident. Just got to stick to the races this year.
Alrighty, Gino, thank you very much for your time up here. You're going to be the one rounding off the podium top 3 here at Daytona. Is there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
Shout out to BSB, Harold, Chris, Michael, all of them boys. They're amazing. And just thank BSB for giving me this fast car today.
Alrighty, thank you for your time. Wish you the best going next week at Dakota.
You too, Dwayne.
Alrighty, who's up next? Let's get up here. Carter Brockmeyer. He is your P8 finisher here from Daytona. Carter, can you hear us?
Yep.
Carter, this is, I believe, your second super speedway coming out of the injury that you suffered in Season 2. And now for brand new start here in Season 3. What are your thoughts to the start of this brand new season as you round off here in the top 10?
Well, I want to thank my teammate. We rode him back the entire time. Me and Anthony just worked together. We let out. We were just cruising, and then we got put in the back. And with all the single file, we really had no chance to get up front. And then there in the final lap, coming across the line, I saw a gap between Carter Roy and Davin, and I went to shoot it, but didn't see Davin coming back down. Bounced off of Davin, went right into Carter Roy, right, and then that sent me into his right rear and kind of just collected Davin and them. But I feel bad. It was all my fault. I was just trying to do something on the final lap where there's nothing happening, and unfortunately, zigged instead of zagged, like Cletus says, and got into him. So
honestly, but this is just the season opener. This is a brand new fresh start for you, not just for you as a driver, but as a team owner as well, with RBA Racing making its first debut here. What's next for RBA Racing and this brand new team of rookies?
Uh, I think I'm excited. We might get another person in. We might. I'm not for sure. Um, the two of us today, obviously, just two Toyotas out there, but for two Toyotas, I feel like we did really good because it was all Chevys and Fords, and we made it work together. And we got, I believe, what I don't remember what he got, but obviously I was trying to set myself up since I got put in the back going high. So it really was just, I wasn't expecting it to be so calm at the end. I was expecting too wide. So I wanted to be one of the first ones too wide and on the outside so I could get a run off of 4 on the final lap. But everything just slowed up on the outside. Everyone single filed out, and really in the back we were just trying to fight for what we had.
Alrighty. But nonetheless, it's a great result for RBA Racing here. P8 for you, P6 for Anthony Ludi. Thank you very much for your time up here. Is there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
I'd like to shout out Anthony, everyone for a good race. I think 2 cautions for the Daytona 250 is something to be proud of. Last year we had a lot of cautions. Don't even think we made it to stage under green flag. So
It is a whole different playing
I
field with
think it's a
stages.
big
Yeah,
upgrade.
yeah, it's a whole different playing field with stages now out of the way. A ton of strategy going to be involved here, and it just proved itself here at Daytona. Nonetheless, thank you for your time up here, Carter Brockmeyer, P8 finisher here at Daytona. Wish you best of luck going next week in Austin, Texas.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's get up here. Braden Barlow, he is your P10 finisher. He will round off the top 10. Braden, can you hear us?
Yep, gotcha.
There you go, Braden. You were one of the fan favorites to win this race. But man, talk me through that lap. Contact between you and Charlie Jones that put you out of contention. What went through your mind in that moment?
We had a really fast Ford Mustang all day. We got caught up in that first caution, but we were able to make our way back up to the front. It's just unfortunate. Lap car kind of cleared himself, and it was a racing move. But I think from a lap car, maybe it could have been avoided. Maybe just a little bit more caution. But we all make mistakes. I was angry at the time about it, but kind of cooled off now, and I understand it was a racing move, just trying to get up there so he could possibly get the lucky dog. But yeah, overall we had a really fast Ford. Great teamwork with all of the teammates here with Carter Roy and Jaden Newson. Just Comet Motorsports, we excelled, and hopefully we can continue to do that throughout the season.
And that was actually going to be my next question. Now that you found yourself a new family here at Comet Motorsports, what's next for you and the team as you explore the rest of your first season here in the Cup Series?
Hopefully one of us can pick up a win next week. I think Jaden's got a good chance. Me personally, I'm not great at road courses, so I'm going to have to probably take a step back and learn from them that's got a little bit more experience. But, I'm really hopeful for this team. I think we work together exceptionally well. And, I think we got a real bright future here at Comet Motorsports.
Alrighty, thank you very much for your time. Barlow, going to round off the top 10. Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my teammates at Comet Motorsports. They did a great job working together. Even though me and Carter ended up a lap down, we were still able to help each other when we got close. All the fours today, we worked really well. Pitting together, I think we all did really well. And then just all of our sponsors here at Comment with ASL and Can Racing and World Distributing and all them. And so, yeah, great race.
Alrighty, thank you for your time up here, Brandon. Wish you the best of luck going next week.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's get up here. Your final driver interview from the night, Michael Eggermont, who finishes just shy of the top 10 here in P12. Michael, you there? Let's see if we can bring him up here.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
There you go, we can hear you.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, Michael? You told me that you were very excited to race this race. You had a shot at a top finish here. Obviously, chaos ensued, and it will be a P12 finish for you. What is your reactions to those results? How do you feel about this season opener?
Honestly, man, I'm new to this oval racing. I had a lot of clean laps, and what took me out of contention was my own mistakes during the pit stops. I gotta get these pit stops down. Losing an extra second with not finding my markers or putting on tires when I don't need to. The first pit stop that put me the first lap down, I put my left tires on. I thought I clicked them off, lost a second there. I was actually short fueling that stint because I was carrying an extra 10 laps of fuel in. I did a lot of fuel saving starting from the pit lane. That's another thing. I missed the start. I got to pay more attention. Just a lot of mistakes that we gotta iron out throughout the season, but it's going to be a good season.
And that's going to be my next question. Obviously, what happened there at the start, you accidentally started from pit lane. But even though it's a little messy here at Daytona, next week, Circuit of the Americas, it is a road course. You have said that you are good at road courses when it comes at least to GT3 racing. Do you think you have what it takes to dwindle down and experiment with this NASCAR Cup car to find yourself at a top result at COTA next week?
Within the next few days, while I'm practicing for the Bathurst with Gino and the rest of BSB, shout out to the GT3 boys, I am going to be running at COTA in the Cup car just to find braking points and just to see where I need to put the car, try different lines, maybe race against some AI to really just know where I got to try to overtake, because circuit racing I've been circuit racing for many moons. So I think the road courses might be my best chance this season to try to pick off a top 5, maybe a top 3. Hopefully even a win. But we got to learn the car first. I'm still learning the discipline and still trying to learn the car.
Alrighty, Michael Argamont, P12 finisher here at Daytona. Is there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
No, I think my team did a great job. I gave Gino, I caused the wreck on the final lap, trying to give Gino a big bump. I really wanted my boy Gino to win. I seen that he had the opportunity, wanted to give him a hand. I may have hindered him a little bit by causing that caution, but he lived to fight another day. So we're all here and we're ready to go.
Alrighty, thank you for your time, Michael. Wish you the best of luck next week in Austin, Texas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Alrighty, and that will do it for tonight. What a cycle of events that was here at Daytona. Let's go over your finishing results once again here before we sign you off. Heath Williams, what a win for him. Final lap, final turn. What a move by him, and not only him, but Jet Lucky Motorsports in general as well. Kobe Luca, P2 finisher. Gino Cito rounds out the top 3. Then it's Newson and Christopher Barries in the top 5, followed by Anthony Ludi, Harold Wilson, Carter Brockmeyer, Davin Thornhill, Braden Barlow rounds off the top 10, and just shy of the top 10, it's Carter Roy, P11. It's Michael Eggermont, Charlie Jones, Stefan Wagner, and Kerwin Marshall will get the points for P15. Oh man, what a night of events it was here at Daytona. And it will only start from here. This is just the beginning. I cannot wait for what Season 3 has in stores for us. Tune in next week where we will tackle our first road course of the season. And it is one that not a lot of people can handle on the Cup cars. So we'll see how they do next week in Austin, Texas, where we tackle Circuit of the Americas and the NASCAR West layout. With that being said, that will be it from tonight as we sign you off from the World Center of Racing here in Daytona Beach, Florida. My name is Dwayne Crespo, also known as Vibes on YouTube. It's been a pleasure broadcasting this race for you guys. And we'll see you all next week, Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace out, guys. Have a good rest of your night.